It was just his passion. He grew up and his dad played. His dad brought it down to him and then he brought it to us.
Very enthusiastic, like things a certain way.
He'd always take us up to the fields and start teaching us when we were around, since when we could walk.
My dad was always a catcher, so I just wanted to be like him.
I don't know, just pitching to Peyton in the yard every night, just going out there and just throwing around.
The Porter brothers make for one very impressive battery. Peyton, the fearless, now veteran high school catcher. Jackson, the dazzling young pitcher, who grew up wanting to be the next Michael Lafferty. And both were given quite a jump start into the sport they now love by the father that couldn't hide his love for them. Although dealing with Todd's unique competitive streak didn't end at the diamond.
Going fishing in the summer.
I was going to ask, who was the best fisherman out of the group of you guys?
Him.
Was he?
Yeah, we usually had like a competition who can catch the most fish when you go out.
Your dad was pretty competitive, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
In everything?
Uh-huh.
That, in essence, was the Todd Porter so many thought they knew. Affable but fiery, and all about teaching kids, be it his kids, your kids, how to play the game of baseball the right way. A man who was at his best very good at his job, and had the respect of his colleagues, the media, even other high school players. And in that respect, even though Todd had been off local radar for nearly 2 years, when word of his death broke at just 46 years old, it was met with genuine shock, except to those who truly knew him best.
It's just something I knew one day I was going to get a call if he didn't stop.
He just said he couldn't help it. He just sorry for everything he did.
When you drink as much as he did, and it was all privately. It was never in front of the kids. It was never in front of me.
Nobody ever saw it. And that's
Nobody ever saw it. Mm-mm.
On April 23rd, Todd Porter was dead of liver failure, a cause of death that only hints at what his life had become in recent months, and raises the harrowing question of just how much alcohol it took to cut down a man who otherwise seemed so strong. In the end, alcoholism cost him everything he had held dearest: his marriage, on 2 separate occasions, his job as a baseball coach.
The first time this happened, I thought, you know why. You know why you just got fired. This has to be, you have to stop. And that was just the beginning.
That never resonated, did it? I mean,
No. You think you're invincible. He thought he was invincible. He thought nobody knew.
And perhaps most painfully of all, his relationship with the 2 sons a sober Todd Porter had spent a lifetime delighting in.
Yeah, just not being able to see him the last 16 months or 18 months and not being able to really get in touch with him.
You confronted him. I mean,
Yes.
Obviously, he loved you. He loved the boys. He loved baseball. His job, his marriage, his kids, and eventually his life all taken away from him. Mm-hmm. You know Todd to be of great will. What does it say about this disease that a man who had so much to live for lost it all because he couldn't control that one demon?
That it's that powerful, that you have to get a grip on it. I mean, no one's invincible. This could happen to anyone who just thinks they want to go home and drink every night. Keep it private, no one knows. You don't know what it's doing inside your body.
By sharing their story, the Porters hope to help save someone else the anguish that alcoholism has made their family endure. Through baseball, both Peyton and Jackson say they found a distraction from their grief. More pointedly, they've also found a way to remind the world through their actions on the diamond as living memorials to all of the best attributes of the father they lost.
Good father, good coach.
It's unbelievable to me how they've dealt with it, and I just see them as little men, and they've seen a lot. They've seen things kids shouldn't see.
I just have the love for the game. It came through from my dad, just coming up with him coaching and going to all the games, and it just went up. I love it.
And Peyton had told me last week, he said, Dad taught me how to be a good dad to my kids someday, but he also taught me not what I shouldn't do.